According to a 2023 Forbes article, 1 in 4 Americans over the age of 18 reported that they often or always feel lonely. Our former U.S. Surgeon General even declared that the U.S. is in a loneliness epidemic. So in today's video, we're diving into 1, the neuroscience behind loneliness, 2, how we can prevent what I call lonely brain, and 3, what are some practical strategies to overcome loneliness starting today. So let's dive in. What's the neuroscience behind loneliness? When we experience loneliness, it activates several areas of the brain, including the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. These are the regions of the brain that process emotions and threats. So here's what happens. When you feel lonely, your brain interprets it as, I'm alone, no one has my back, I have no one to depend on. This message sends your brain into protective mode. It becomes hypervigilant to potential threats. So what's the result? You become hypersensitive to the most neutral social cues. So innocent interactions like a coworker seeming to be disinterested in what you're saying or a cashier giving you a blank stare can be misinterpreted as rejection. Your brain, now in hypersensitive overdrive mode, might twist these neutral cues of, a coworker seeming disinterested or a cashier giving you a blank stare, can twist those cues and interpret it as they don't like me or I don't belong here. Let me rush and get out of this awkward interaction as quickly as possible. This then causes you to limit or begin avoiding interactions with people, thus leading to the vicious cycle that leads to more loneliness. I call the result of this cycle lonely brain. Lonely brain begins with the self-pitying thoughts of I'm so lonely, and then those thoughts trigger hypersensitivity, which then reduces your ability to connect, leading to more loneliness. It's all rooted in the stories that we tell ourselves. If you keep telling yourself, I'm so lonely and I have no one, your brain is going to stay in that hypervigilant survival mode. And it's going to keep reinforcing this narrative by causing you to behave in a way that drives people away or drives you away from people. But see, the good news is you can rewire your brain. Instead of thinking, I'm so lonely, try to begin to reframe these thoughts.